What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. We about to get into this Real Housewives of Beverly Hills situation. I gotta find my notes. The problem is I have 3 different notebooks over here. So I did actually write stuff down yesterday, but I can't find the right notebook where I wrote it. Okay, here it is. All right. That's the problem. I need to start using just one notebook. Hey, y'all. Hey, let's get into it. With this. Listen. What's up? JB's in here. What's up, JB? We're gonna be on JB's channel at 7. We're gonna be on JB's channel at 7, honey. Hold on. So I will say this. Let me just give y'all my overview, and then I'm gonna get into these notes, child. The first thing I want to say is I understood in the first reunion why everybody was sort of like why Garcelle felt the way, she felt. But in this episode, I kind of don't. But something must have happened in part 3. Something must have happened in part 3 when Garcelle was like, "Child, I ain't taking this picture with y'all asses." Now, bravo. Y'all play with us because y'all really made it look like Garcelle walked off mid reunion. Even when Erika was like, "Well, we know she quit 2 weeks ago." Girl, just because she wouldn't take a picture with y'all don't mean she quit. Kyle didn't take a picture that year that she had that breakdown and couldn't stop crying. Sutton didn't take a picture last year because she faked the injury and was at the daggone emergency room down to the urgent care. So just because Garcelle didn't take a picture does not mean that she quit. But here's what I am going to say. So number one, bravo, y'all played with us because y'all really made it seem so much more dramatic than what it really was. I mean, Garcelle did quit. And again, maybe whatever happened next episode, because in the previews for the next episode, we really do not see a lot. But okay. Number 2, Bose, you are really trying me. You are really, really, really trying me. Why do you keep inserting yourself in shit that is not about you? Why do you keep inserting yourself in shit that is not about you? And for all that smoke that y'all give Garcelle about being Sutton's guard dog, Bose, what the hell are you for Dorit? Child, Cage, I see Cage and I'm ignoring him. Yeah, not Bozo the Clown. Yes, JB, she is really getting on my nerves. The second thing I guess this will be the third thing. The third thing I want to say is, Kyle, you are such a fucking liar. And not only are you a liar, but girl, you are shady. You are shady. Now, what I will say is, and I'm kind of going out of order, but I don't want to forget to say this. I said this before, and I'll say it again. I really wonder if Kyle and PK have bonded over their alcoholism. And that is what a lot of the conversation is. And maybe that's why she is being so aloof in her conversation about PK. And I said this before. And I'm not trying to give Kyle a backdoor, y'all. I'm not. Y'all know how I feel. But I really do wonder if part of why Kyle will not be more forthcoming about PK is because a lot of what they have bonded over and shared really is private. Especially if both of them are in AA. The anonymous is for a reason. Now, I don't think that Kyle is his sponsor. I don't think it runs that deep. But I do think that maybe some of the conversation they've had maybe is about that. And maybe that's why Kyle is so aloof, because Kyle, you keep getting caught in these lies. And But we're gonna get to Kyle in a minute, child. We're gonna get to Kyle in a minute. So we start off with Kyle and Garcelle. Garcelle says, Kyle, basically she, I don't know, all of a sudden, as soon as I go live, I got this tickle in my throat. But as soon as they get back from the break or whatever, Garcelle says, listen, Kyle, girl, did you really pull me aside? Because like, what was your whole purpose in that? Because I read it one way, but you felt like it was something different. Garcelle, you read it the right way. You didn't make no mistake. Girl, it was a chess move. Just like Sutton said. We got some water or something. It was a chess move, just like Sutton said. Don't let Kyle moonwalk her ass out of that. She pulled you aside because Morgan dug in her ass. And you know what? I'm all over the place with this, but I just got to talk how I talk, y'all. I am so glad that Andy inserted himself and said, all of this protecting Morgan. Morgan had anxiety. Morgan didn't want to be on the spotlight. Morgan. Baby, Andy was like, but Kyle, she agreed to be on the show. She knew what it was. Like, it's not like we accidentally got her filming. She filmed multiple scenes voluntarily, which means she had to sign a waiver. You've been on this show since day one. You ain't tell her? You didn't tell her? Girl, this is what it's going to be. This is what is going to happen. The firestorm that's going to come. Number two, I loved how Andy called her on the carpet and was like, but she was already a celebrity. Like, she was a whole country artist before she came on this show. Like, she had a fan base. She was in the spotlight. Girl, we're not going to act like you picked her out of obscurity and dropped her in the middle of the Real Housewives and nobody knew who she was. Now, I didn't know who the hell she was because I don't listen to her music. I mean, that's not my genre. But she certainly had a built-in fan base and people knew who the hell she was, okay? Number two, and the last thing that I'm glad Andy said, he said, okay, well, but y'all made a whole music video where y'all was kissing. Kyle, don't throw the rock and hide your hand. Like, again, I told y'all last year, and I'm going to say it again. I think Kyle had every intention of coming out. I really do think that was her storyline last year, and she was going to come out. But whatever was going on between him and Mauricio, either Mauricio didn't sign off on it, their separation didn't come fast enough. Maybe Morgan got cold feet. Maybe Kyle got cold feet. But I absolutely positively, especially after what Garcelle sort of alluded to, I absolutely positively believe that Morgan and Kyle are in a relationship and that Kyle asked them not to bring it up on camera, but admitted to them what was going on. I believe that Morgan, for whatever reason, Morgan doesn't want it out there. For whatever reason, Morgan doesn't want it out there. Child, I don't know. But in the meantime and in between time, Kyle, all that, him and Han about Morgan, girl, we don't give a damn, okay? We don't give a damn. Moving right along. Kyle, Morgan, Dorit, I just talked about that. Okay. Text at... Oh, they brought up the reunion from last year with Dorit and how Dorit exposed the text. And Dorit was like, girl, once you stop speaking to me, in my mind, we weren't friends anymore. And so all bets were off. Like, all of that protecting you, all of that looking out for you, all of that was, child, put that shit in the back burner. Because once you stopped speaking to me, I just felt like all bets were off. So, Kyle, that's another reason why I believe exactly what Garcelle said, because you did the exact same thing last year with Dorit. You didn't speak to Dorit for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then right before the reunion, you sent her this 4-page letter, because you trying to clear shit up before the reunion. Child, ain't nobody stupid. Like, how you're not dumb. I mean, they're not dumb. Like, I know you want them to be dumb, but Dorit, as annoying as Dorit is, and I'm gonna get to Dorit's ass. Oh, I got some shit for you, Miss Dorit. But as annoying as Dorit is, she's not stupid. Garcelle's not stupid. Sutton's not stupid. Now, Sutton don't want no smoke with you, so Sutton ain't gonna really say it like it needs to be said, but she's not stupid. Baby, they saw you coming a mile away. They saw you coming a mile away. Nobody falling for the okie doke. Sorry, y'all. I don't know. My connection is a little weak today. Child, it's cold outside. Y'all know if it's too cold, if it's raining too hard, child, y'all know. So then they get on these text messages between Kyle and PK. I kind of already touched on it, but I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say this again. They show unseen footage where I don't know what's going on with my internet. They basically show where Kyle lied, like point blank, period. Girl, you lied. You said that it was just memes and jokes, and we see not only have you admitted that it's more than memes and jokes, we saw that it was more than memes and jokes, and we saw multiple occasions where it was more than memes and jokes. And the more you talk, the more you put your damn foot in your mouth. Girl, you should have just listen. You have a right to remain silent, and she should have just kept her damn mouth shut, girl. Kyle, you should have kept your damn mouth shut. And that is it, and that is all. You admitted that you talked to PK at some event where you let PK know that him and that Dorit wasn't speaking to you. And Kyle, I love how you always want to play victim. Girl, you threw first blood. You went down to that Amazon Live and told everybody that you and Dorit weren't friends. You went down to that after show and told everybody you and Dorit weren't that close. So, no, Dorit did not stop speaking to you, girl. You drew first blood. Now, look, as much as Dorit get on my nerves, I'm going to call a thing a thing. Bose called you out. Now, on this one, Bose, I wasn't mad at you about, but everything else you did this episode, I probably was mad about. But this one I wasn't mad about because you didn't tell no lies, okay? You didn't tell no lies. You were doing an interview. You were asked about it. You gave your honest opinion. I can't really be mad about that. You told no lies, okay? You told no lies, okay? But with that being said, Kyle, you are a liar. You lied point blank, and a lie by omission is a lie as well. But you lied point blank. There was no lie by omission. Girl, you told a point blank lie. Okay. Then we find out that when they was down at Oceanside, after you got into it with Dorit at the table, you called PK. Girl, why are you calling my husband? Me and you are arguing. Me and you are getting into it. Me and you are disagreeing. Why are you calling my husband to talk to him about any damn thing? I am so sorry. My husband is off limits. It was cool when we were all four friends. And maybe every once in a while, but ma'am, why are you talking to my husband and you're not even speaking to me? No, we don't play those games. So I was with Dorit on that one. Then we find out that Kyle did text PK. I think Jagger was in the hospital, so she did text PK. But here's where Dorit, you talk too much. Here is where you talk too much. Last week, you spent this whole time talking about how horrible PK is to you, how you don't hardly talk to PK anymore, how you basically, you know, he's not like you talked about how he doesn't speak to you and y'all are barely able to co-parent at this point, and you don't see, you know, you want to work things out, but right now the way things are, you don't see a road to reconciliation. Remember that last week, Dorit? Remember that? Remember how we had to sit through you go on and on and on? Remember how PK came down here and gave us his whole paragraph on how horrible, how he's a great father and how terrible it was for you to put out there to the world that he's a horrible father? You remember that? Do you remember that? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have my microphone. Okay. So how about on last night's I was gonna say interview, Lord. Last night's review. I'm sorry. How you gonna sit here and get, you know, you was doing your whole what, and you were like, PK tells me everything. I know every time you call him. I know every time you text him. I'm sorry, what? Not the same PK that you said ain't even speaking to you. Since when PK tell you everything, Dorit? Because you act like you didn't know nothing about these text messages, memes, and conversations during the season. So when did you find out about it, Dorit? Were you faking during the season? Are you lying after the season? Are you lying now? Are you lying about how cool you and PK are? Are you lying about how well you and PK are or are not getting along? See, this the shit, Dorit, you talk too damn much. You talk too damn much. I wrote that in my notes. I said PK tells me everything. Girl. So Dorit, and I'm gonna get back to you, Miss Dorit. So Dorit, your ass just be lying too damn much too. Kyle, you were wrong. It was inappropriate. But I do wonder. I'm not saying I think it is, but I do wonder. Like I said, I do wonder if Kyle and PK's conversations are around their sobriety, and maybe that's why she's reluctant to really give the details. I'm not trying to give her an out. I know that a lot of y'all are like, don't be trying to give her no out. I'm not trying to give her no out. I promise y'all I'm not. But I do wonder. I do wonder. Okay. Jennifer Tilly came out being Jennifer Tilly. She said she cannot disclose how much money she makes off of The Simpsons. However, I saw online, and I know you can't believe everything you see online, but I saw online that she gets a lump payment of about $30 million a year from her percentage of The Simpsons. I know you can't believe everything online, but baby, even if they 10% off, that's still a good little piece of money that they say she gets a lump sum payment every year. I don't know if she gets it on the first of the year or what. I don't know how. I don't know, but it's not like she gets monthly residuals. It says she gets a 1 month. And again, it was online, so it may or may not be true. But $30 million for the last 20 years? $30 million for the last 20 years? I ain't mad at it. She did admit that when she saw herself played back, she said that she did come off as a bragger, and she said, I was annoying to myself. She said, I didn't realize how much it seemed like I was just bragging. And she said, but, and you know, here's the thing, Jennifer, listen, for those of us who tune into these shows for the reason that we tune into these shows, girl, we not mad. We tune into these shows to see somebody who can afford to buy a $24,000 Louis Vuitton fucking ship as a purse. Like, we love the fact that you have a Louis Vuitton person that, you know, these things come up and you buy. We love the fact that you were able to buy this one of a kind necklace that Cole Porter had commissioned for his wife. Like, that's the shit that we tune in for. I ain't mad at you, Jennifer. I ain't mad at you, okay? Because you do it in a way that's not obnoxious. You do it in a way that's quirky, that's fun. So I'm not mad at you, okay? I'm really not mad at y'all, okay? I was here for it. It was cute to me. And if you're done with that Louis Vuitton boat, I'll take it, okay? All right, moving right along. But Jennifer didn't really have nothing to add, if I'm being honest. I like you, Jennifer, but she didn't really have a whole lot to add, honestly. Kathy came out. Kathy ain't really have a whole lot more to add either, other than the fact that they called Kathy out for being real shady this season, making her little comments and her little shade. You know what I'm saying? Her little shade. Didn't Jennifer Tilly identify as does she identify as bisexual? I thought Jennifer Tilly was on the other side for a while. I thought she was dipping in the lady pond. Do I have the wrong actress? I don't want to put that on her if it's not true, but was she bisexual for a while? Or lesbian? Am I thinking of the right person? Let me know. Okay, Gabby says she thinks. I think so too. I think she identifies as bi. I think for a while, maybe right after her divorce, I think I remember her having a girlfriend and stuff. She did play bi in a movie. I thought I remember her being bi, identifying at one point. I could be wrong, and it really isn't that big of a deal, but I thought that I remembered that. Okay. So there was a point where they brought up when Erika was on the after show, and then the question was about who kisses Kathy Hilton's ass, the most. And Erika was like Sutton, with a close second being Garcelle. And Garcelle was like, this is really the only thing Garcelle really said, because this episode really didn't deal with Garcelle a whole lot. Hey, Miss Toby, you think so? She had a celebrity girl. I think she did too. I really feel like I remember that. She used to wear her hair real short and spiky. That was right after she had like gained a lot of that weight. Because Jennifer Tilly had gained a lot of weight at one time. I think that was around that time when she got all those tattoos and all of that stuff. And I'm not saying any of that has anything to do with her, bisexuality, but hold on, y'all, this camera. So Erika was, so Garcelle asked Erika, damn it. So Garcelle asked Erika, what did you mean by that? Like, why would you say me? And here's what pisses me off about Erika. When Erika says something that's shady or that's, whatever, then she always says, I was just being shady. I mean, it was a shady question. I gave a shady answer. I mean, it was Watch What Happens Live. She did the same thing about Dorit and PK. When honestly, I think the reason why Dorit was upset is because I think Erika might have been privy to some stuff, and that's why she said it. Like, I do not think that these are random things she says. And here's my problem. If you can just she said, because that's my opinion. I was just saying that's just my opinion. If you can give your opinion, why the fuck Garcelle can't give her opinion? Y'all jumped on Garcelle last week about what she said about Dorit and that robbery. That was her opinion. That was her damn opinion. So just like you have your opinion and you can say what you want to say about Garcelle kissing Kathy Hilton's ass, cool. But Garcelle has the same right to have her opinion about that fake ass robbery. At least in my opinion, it was a fake ass robbery. Now, let me tell y'all why Erika really got a problem. Y'all want to know why? And I think I said this I think I said this the first season that Kathy Hilton was on the Real Housewives, and Erika used to shade Kathy Hilton in her confessional about how she don't kiss Kathy Hilton's ass to get invited to the parties and this, that, and the other. Come here, close. Come here. Come here. Come here, y'all. Let me explain to y'all why Erika really got a problem with Kathy Hilton. Because make no mistake, Erika got a problem with Kathy Hilton. And the reason why she has a problem with Sutton and the reason why she has a problem with the Garcelles of the world, y'all know why? Because Erika, no matter how much money Tom Girardi flaunted, no matter how big the mansion, no matter how nice the car, no matter how extravagant the vacations, no matter how nice the private jet, Erika was never invited in those circles because Erika was always seen as the young floozy, the second wife. Kathy Hilton never invited Erika into her circle. So now Erika's thing is, I don't want to be. I don't give a damn. I'm not kissing nobody's ass. I bet you tried, though. I bet you when you first married Erika, it's sort of like, for y'all who watch Beyond the Gates, JB, you're going to follow me on this one. For those of you who watch Beyond the Gates, it's sort of like what Haley wants from what's going on Beyond the Gates. You married this man. You thought it was going to bring you some prestige. You thought it was going to put you in the circles. You thought you were going to be accepted at the country club, and you're still on the outside looking in. That is why Erika has such a problem with the Suttons and the Garcelles of the world, because here's what happened. Garcelle, and I don't know this to be a fact, so Garcelle, you can hit me up on my DMs, girl. I don't know this to be a fact. But Garcelle may or may not have been in the Kathy Hilton circle. Even though she's been in Hollywood all these years, she may or may not have been in the Kathy Hilton circle of Hollywood. Maybe, maybe not. I can't say for certain. However, once Kathy met you, Kathy liked you. And you are now a part of the circle. You get invited to Kathy Hilton's Christmas party. You get invited to the house for lunch and dinner. You hang out with Kathy Hilton when the cameras aren't rolling. And see, at the end of the day, Erika, that's what the fuck you wanted, and you didn't get it. So now you got this tough exterior. You've got this, I didn't want it anyway. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I peeped that season 1, the first season that Kathy Hilton was on there, and she was talking about how she wasn't going to kiss Kathy Hilton's ass and da-da-da-da-da like the rest of the people. Girl, because you couldn't. Because you tried. And Tom couldn't get you in the door. I wonder, because remember, Lisa Rinna did the same, and that's why you were so quick to jump on Lisa Rinna's side when Lisa Rinna went up against Kathy. Because Lisa Rinna, you wasn't invited either, because Kathy told you how she felt about you. Kathy let it all out on how she felt about Lisa Rinna. Go back to that reunion. Baby, Kathy laid Lisa Rinna ass out. Do you hear me? And Garcelle didn't have to do anything but be herself. She didn't have to try. She didn't have to. I think that she genuinely does have an affection for Kathy. I do. Do I think they're best friends? No. But I think there is a genuine attraction. I mean, you know what I mean, friendship thing. Sutton and Kathy absolutely run in the same circles. Do I think they're best friends? No. Do I think that they are friends? Yes. Do I think that Sutton realized she put her foot in her mouth and didn't want to face what Lisa Rinna got the season before, so her ass faked the illness and took her ass to the emergency room? Absolutely. I believe it, and I ain't going to change it. Do I think that her and Kathy are good now? Yeah. I think they're good now. But do I believe? Do I believe, though, that Sutton realized, oh, shit, I put my foot in my mouth and Kathy about to come and give it to me and I ain't ready for it? Baby, did y'all hear Jennifer Tilly lean over to Garcelle and ask if Sutton had taken some anxiety medicine? I guess because Sutton was so damn quiet and wasn't saying shit. Baby, Garcelle, see, that's a friend. That's a friend. Garcelle said, we're might. Like, baby, we're might. They can hear what you're saying. Baby, Jennifer was like, oh, shit. Damn it. Okay. Now, last but not least, Dorit, bring your ass down here. Come here, Dorit. Bring your ass. Right here. Bring your ass. I didn't give you both hands. Dorit Kemsley, you have got to be the most insufferable woman I have ever met in my life. I cannot imagine being in the room with you. I cannot imagine trying to be a friend to you. I cannot imagine even having to be a coworker with your ass. I cannot imagine having to deal with you on any level. You are fucking insufferable. When Kyle tried to apologize to you, you wouldn't even let this woman apologize. Now, at the end of the day, do I think Kyle was full of shit? Yes, I've said that. Do I think Kyle lied about her and PK and how much and how long her and PK talked to each other? Absolutely. But damn, she tried to apologize. I don't know what more you want from this woman. It was like, how many times does Kyle have to say, I was wrong and I understand why it looked the way it looked and I understand why you felt the way you felt? And even when they said, well, if it had been Mauricio, she said, yeah, you're right. If it had been Mauricio, I'd have felt some kind of way. Like, she was giving you all of the things and you wouldn't fucking shut up. You talked over Andy. You talked over Kyle. Like, it's like, girl, shut the fuck up and let somebody finish a thought and finish a sentence. You are fucking insufferable. And then when it was Sutton, now listen. Here go Bowles again, inserting herself. When they asked about the wallet comment, and Sutton was saying that she did feel bad and that she didn't mean it to be shady. She what did she say? Sutton said she didn't mean it to be shady. She meant it to be, I don't know what the hell Sutton said. Girl, you meant it to be shady. You meant it to be shady. But here go Bowles. Yes, you did. Just admit it. I mean, we can't get anywhere if you won't admit it. Bowles, girl, She didn't say it to you. She didn't say it about you. And Dorit can more than handle herself. You did not need to insert yourself in none of that. They ain't had shit to do with you. And then you kept picking and picking and picking and picking at Sutton. You wouldn't let Sutton answer a question. You wouldn't let her complete a sentence. You wouldn't let her complete a thought. You wouldn't let her talk to Andy. You wouldn't let her talk to Erika. You wouldn't let her talk to Bose. You wouldn't let her talk to Kyle. You just kept going and picking and picking and picking and picking. And then when Sutton decides to fight back, now all of a sudden, oh, there she is. There she, see, there she is. Well, bitch, it's like the Incredible Hulk. Bitch, leave me the hell alone. I'm David Banner right now. But if you keep picking at me, I'm about to turn into the Hulk on your ass. Like, Sutton was really trying to have a conversation with your ass. But at a certain point, how long was she supposed to sit there and just let you keep talking over her and cutting her off and coming at her like, girl? And then you're going to say, oh, there she is. There she is. Bitch, fuck you. It just, that irritated me. I was so irritated because I was like, what do you want her to do? It's the same thing with Kyle. Like, you're not even giving her an opportunity to apologize if she wanted to apologize. You're not even giving her the opportunity to apologize to you. It's like, girl. I was so irritated at the end of that episode last night. Oh my gosh, I was so irritated. I was like, what the hell? Oh, I didn't know it was that late, y'all. It's almost 5 o'clock. I mean, I'm done. I don't really have nothing else. Other than that, I have Jennifer Tilly eating that damn candy at the end of the... Yeah, why Jennifer Tilly was like the lady in church with that piece of mint, and the church is quiet, and all you hear is that crackling of that candy. I said, who the fuck is eating candy? Baby, Jennifer Tilly was on the end of that couch unraveling that peppermint. And then when the camera panned over to her. I had a piece of mint over here. I was going to put it in my mouth. The camera panned over to her just as she was putting it in her mouth. I said, I am done. I am so done with Jennifer Tilly's crazy ass. Baby, I was cracking up. Oh, that thing took me out. Dorit came to let everyone have it, and I was here for all of it. And let me be honest and say this to you. You saw how fast she kissed Jennifer Tilly's ass, though, when they brought up with Jennifer Tilly said something snarky about can PK afford to stay at the Beverly Hilton? And Jennifer Tilly was like, girl, I'm sorry. Like, I realized that I ain't mean for it to come off as shady as it did. My bad. Baby, did you hear how quick? Oh, well, you're just beautiful, and I love you so much, and da-da-da-da-da. I was like, I see you ain't giving Jennifer Tilly no motherfucking smoke. And then she had the nerve to shade Sutton's multi-million-dollar home that Sutton fucking purchased, had it fully renovated, talking about something. You live on a main road. I mean, you don't live high on the hill. You live on a main road. Bitch. First of all, you don't even own your house. It's leased. Come to find out, I ain't even getting into all that. Come to find out, that house is leased. So they weren't even in no pre-foreclosure. They were in pre-eviction because the house is leased. And then guess who is leased under? It's leased under the agency. So Mauricio and Kyle probably helped you get that motherfucking house to begin with. Okay? That's number one. So you don't even own your home, Dorit. Number two, you don't even know how much your rent is, much less your mortgage, because you don't have no mortgage. You don't even know how much your rent is. Okay? Third of all, okay, she lives on a main road in fucking Bel Air. I'm sorry, what? And then your ass just last episode admitted that y'all was 4 months behind on y'all rent, mortgage, whatever the fuck. Then you admitted that y'all was 4 months behind. And you want to come for Sutton? See, that's what I be saying with Dorit. You doing too much. I agree that Sutton said some shit and she came for Dorit, whatever. I get that. But Dorit, you've been doing too much from day one. You've really been begging. You've been really trying to hold on to this diamond. And I get it. You need your paycheck. I get it. But the difference between you and Sutton is Sutton don't need this paycheck, baby. This is play for her. This is a hobby for her. This not even a job. She probably write this shit off of her taxes as girl, her paycheck from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it probably takes care of her motherfucking vodka habit. Okay. Baby, Sutton bought a $100,000 horse and had it shipped over from a whole nother fucking country. Like, you can't even pretend to live like Sutton lived. Stop playing with me. Talking about some, you don't even live that elaborate. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you fly on your private jet to the Dolce & Gabbana showroom and get to see the preview of the spring show? I'm sorry. Is that your life? Oh, because that's Sutton's life. I mean, do you have Dolce & Gabbana on speed dial? Because Sutton does. I'm sorry. And even though Sutton shit it doesn't look right. It doesn't particularly look well on her. Her shit's expensive. It just don't really flatter her. Chuck said, if it was me, I would buy it. Let me tell you something. If it were, I'm going to be honest with you. See, that's the kind of petty shit I would do too. If it was me, I would buy that house. I'd be like, now I'm your landlord, bitch. Because Dory was like, I love my home. I love what my home is. Okay, I love your home too. It's going to be mine next week. Because I could pay cash for it. I don't even have to go through I don't have to be financed. I can pay cash for this shit. Anyway, child. Let me get ready to get out of here, child. We about to head over to El Teddy's house, honey. We about to head over to El Teddy's house. He going live at 5. I will see y'all at 7 o'clock at JB's house for us to do this all over again. But I would love to hear what JB and Yarrell have to say. Scotty probably will not be there tonight. So it'll probably just be the 3 of us. Okay. It'll probably just be the 3 of us. All right. I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.